Now he will step back in there, has a few words with Darcy Martini. And Maley will step in against Secourt. Puck is jostled for, and Breslin able to swat it into the near corner. Now Secourt. Left circle, Breslin. Had it poked off his stick. The pass was behind him. Head on right wing out at center ice, Maley. Maley goes rink wide over the line, high slot, Vince Salette. Lost it off his chest, and Bolio snaps it back to the neutral zone. Behind his own net now, Duffy. He'll set it up. Feeds to the near corner now, Bolio. Returns it to Duffy, far circle, ahead on right wing out to the neutral zone, Pellerin. Pellerin feeds it to high slot, Secourt. Kicked it on right wing, and as a result, Breslin brought it in offside. 2:35 remaining here in the opening period. 1-0 Spiders. Back in a moment. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
If you love fruit as much as you love yogurt, Dannon has something new for you. It's new Dannon Chunky Fruit Non-Fat Yogurt. Fat-free yogurt with chunks of delicious fruit. Fruit you can see, fruit you can taste. Like juicy chunks of sweet peaches or delicious bites of ripe strawberries blended into the smoothest, creamiest yogurt you can imagine. New Dannon Chunky Fruit. Chunks of delicious fruit make this a yogurt you can really sink your teeth into.
Draw at the far dot just beyond the Spiders line. San Francisco able to win it, and they lift it back into the Wolves zone. Near corner, Bancroft. Feeds into the near circle for Curry. Curry. He'll barrel ahead. Over the line, high slot, Curry into the left circle. Curry into the left corner. Off the end boards, over to the far side, Pozo. Pozo far point. Shoots! Beauregard the save, and he's able to cover with Brown and Malte in the neighborhood. 2:11 remaining here in the opening period. 1-0 San Francisco.
Boy, great job by Kevin Pozo, who had a super game last game against these San Francisco Spiders, getting a hard shot on net, getting it through traffic. Fortunately, Beauregard covered up the little rebound that was left there. Dan Curry, Jed, has really impressed me, especially the last 20 games of the season and going into these playoffs. I don't know if it's his skating or what. He just seems to have a little more jump out there. He's beating guys wide. That last play, he beat the defenseman to the outside.
Off the draw, Pozo, another blast from the far point. Beauregard goes down to make the save, and he covers the rebound. 2:08 remaining here in the opening period. 1-0 San Francisco, and the draw remains in the far circle. San Francisco done a nice job of taking this line out of the action.
Yeah, they really have. Another good shot by Kevin Pozo. No one in front of the net, and I think that's in large respect due to the San Francisco doing a job at clearing guys out.
Wolves win the draw, but it winds up back in their own zone. High slot, Pozo snaps to the center circle, and Malte one-hands it just to the right of the net. Beauregard plays it up the near side. Cote slapped it ahead, nearly held in at the near point by Bancroft. Far point in his own end, Pozo ahead on right wing. Brown leaves it at his own line. Bancroft ahead on right wing, took a chop over the line, far side, kicks to Malte into the right circle. Bancroft dragged down. We're going to get a call here. Rochefort is going to head to the box, and the Wolves hustle in the Spiders' end is creating power play opportunities for Chicago. 1:38 left here in the opening period. 1-0 Spiders.
Good job by Steve Bancroft jumping up the ice. It almost looked as if Rob Brown decided to hang back. He realizes he's got a player all over him, so he's going to take Ian Boyce out of the play completely and just hang back and let the other four guys do the damage. That time it was Steve Bancroft who jumped up the ice. I believe it was Norman Rochefort who dragged him down, and he's going to go off for the remainder of this period unless Chicago scores.
Well, Steve Malte will also jump in the box for Chicago, so we will skate 4 aside. Malte in the box for roughing. Where that came from, I have no idea.
Well, that must have been after the whistle, because the original penalty was going to be called on Rochefort, unless he had something to say to referee Zalkin.
Well, unless he roughed him up. Then I'm sure it would be more serious than a 2-minute minor. Nevertheless, we skate 4 aside here to close out the period, probably. Brown and Curry up front. Crossman and Reardon on the blue line. McCrory able to win the draw. Behind the net now, Prue stops. Turns. Stops again behind the net. Nearly lost it at the end boards to Brown. Now back of the net, Prue. Feeds up the near side, and Cote goes rink wide out to the neutral zone. Boyce over the line, far side. Drop pass to McCrory, off his skate into the far circle. Knocked down in front, and the Wolves break back. Right side at center ice, Brown. Over the line, high slot. Drop pass to Reardon, right circle. Fakes, and his pass in front is blocked. Far corner now, Curry. Lost it, and Prue back of the net, feeds into the near corner, Cote. Now Prue. Ahead to the high slot, McCrory. On right wing out at center ice. Crisscrossing, center circle, over the line, high slot, and we're going to have a penalty here on Chicago as soon as they touch. As Prue was knocked down out at center ice, and we're going to have an interference call, I would imagine. No, it's going to be a chop. 49 seconds remaining here in the opening period. 1-0 Spiders.
Boy, it was too bad. It's on Todd Reardon, who made a great offensive play just moments earlier. Great burst of speed up the ice, creating a 3-on-2. Broke down into a 2-on-1. Instead of taking the shot, he tried to slide it across to Dan Curry, I believe it was. And a good defensive play by Alain Cote. Then up the ice the other way, it was Mr. Reardon who took the legs out from one of the San Francisco players. He goes off now. It'll be a 4-on-3, which I think is a big advantage whenever you're working against 3 guys. And San Francisco here having the advantage of the 4th player out there, finding the open man, and with 49 seconds left, this could be a dangerous scenario.
The foursome out there for the Spiders, Martini, Doyon on the points, Purvis and McCrory, probably their 4 most dangerous players at each position offensively. Berglund up front for Chicago, unable to win the draw at the near point. Doyon walks to the high slot, fakes, far circle now Martini, look out there. Far circle now McCrory. McCrory to the high slot, Martini, look out, shoots, Young the save. Rebound near side, Doyon. Right corner now, Purvis. Purvis right of the net, backhand in front, Young poked to the side with a pad. Young has to get to his feet, Martini. High slot, now Doyon right of the net, now Purvis. Purvis back of the net. Far circle, Martini lost it off his skate, and the puck will float back to the neutral zone. 16 seconds remaining here in the opening period. High slot, McCrory unable to hold it. He kicks it back to the neutral zone. Now at the high slot, it's stolen by Bancroft, and he'll fire at the length of the ice. Glove there by Beauregard. 4 seconds left here in the first. Martini, long drive. That'll wind up in the right corner, and that'll do it. We're underway here in the second period. The 2 teams have changed ends. Wendell Young in goal to our left, Stefan Beauregard in goal to our right. San Francisco starts out on the power play. Martini at the far point, into the right circle, shoots, Young! Able to make the save, and then it knocked him down. 19:43 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Spiders. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
You're listening to exciting Chicago Wolves hockey action on the Bear. 92.7 WCBR-FM, Arlington Heights, Chicago.
Draw will be in the far circle in the Chicago zone. It'll be a 4-on-3 for another 5 seconds. And then Rochefort and Malte will pop out of the box. And it'll be a 5-on-4. San Francisco's lone goal this game did not come on the power play. It actually expired. So they are 0 for 1. Right of the net now. McCrory unable to hold the puck, and Bancroft able to clear. There's Malte out of the box. Walks into the slot. And apparently, we're going to have a whistle. 19:34 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Spiders. Please explain that to me, Lucy.
Well, probably a good call by the linesman. The only way that would have been onside was for the puck to have crossed the Wolves' blue line before Steve Malte jumped on the ice. Had that happened, I don't think he would have been able to catch that puck because it would have went all the way down the ice. So obviously, Steve was on the ice before the puck had crossed the Chicago blue line, and it was ruled a 2-line offside pass.
Draw in the far circle in the Chicago zone. Wolves short for another 45 seconds. McCrory able to win the draw. Far point, Doyon shoots. Young the save. Rebound. Trickles off his pads, and McDonald swatted it to the near corner. McDonald bats it up the near side. It's held in at the near hash marks by Bawa. And then finally, McDonald fell on top of it in the near corner, and we'll have a draw. 19:21 remaining here in the middle period. 1-0 Spiders.
You can see this new strategy of San Francisco already on the power play, getting shots on the net. They're trying to create a bit of traffic in front of Wendell. They're getting some good quality shots from the point. Fortunately, Wendell's been able to see them come in and been making some pretty good saves.
Draw in the near circle now in the Chicago zone. Spiders have now jumped ahead of Chicago in the shots category, 17-16. High slot Martini. Lost it in his feet, and he drove it back in. And that will force the Spiders offside. Darcy Martini has coughed that puck up a couple times all by himself at the blue line, and it's cost his team.
He's not the most confident guy with the biscuit back there. Fortunately, he's got a size 12 foot. He kicked it up to his stick that time. Dougie Baralt was just ready to take off on a clear-cut breakaway all the way from his own blue line. So he would have had 140 feet to skate skate in and think about what he was going to do on Stefan Beauregard. Unfortunately, it was Darcy Martini's size 12 skate that got in the way.
Draw will be at the near dot just beyond the Chicago line. Breslin will lean in to take the draw against McCrory. Wolves short another 28 seconds. Breslin able to win it. Fight through McCrory. Near side of his own line, McDonald will bounce it in the right corner of the San Francisco end. Back to get it. Darcy Martini. He'll shoot it up the near side. McCrory out to the neutral zone. Feeds on right wing. Doyon unable to hold it. Behind the net now. Doyon able to get to it. Near corner. Purvis had it hacked off his stick by Breslin. Then Purvis took a forearm from McDonald and retaliates. Play continues along the near side, and the penalty is over. Along the near side, Breslin single-handedly killed off the rest of that power play, and now Bauer wants a piece of McDonald. Near circle, Purvis shoots Young to save. Rebound. Hack to the far side, Doyon. Bauer goes at it with McDonald in front. And I think McDonald may have done his job in getting Bauer to take a penalty. Is he going to call 2 penalties here? I think he is. 18:32 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
If he does call 2 penalties, the Wolves dodge a bullet. I think Kevin McDonald's the only player going off. He took a pretty good hack at Robin Bauer. Actually, they're both going at it. He could have called both players. Unfortunately, what the referee saw was the last thing that happened, and that was Kevin McDonald just giving it to Robin Bauer.
Boy, I thought for sure Bauer was going to go, or maybe Purvis. McDonald tried to instigate on the ice, really got Purvis off his game there for a moment, and then McDonald did chop Bauer up high, and Bauer gets a laugh out of that one, and San Francisco right back to the power play.
Well, Scott Zelkin, the referee, actually was letting an awful lot go that whole shift, and I thought he might even let that slash go by Kevin McDonald, but I guess he'd seen enough and decided he'd better whistle things down before it got out of control.
So the Wolves go back to being shorthanded. Third time they'll be short. Perfect on their 2 previous opportunities a man down. They do have a shorthanded goal in this series. Tim Breslin has that. That came back in game 2. Draw will be in the far circle in the Wolves' end. Craigwell will step in to take it against Berglund. Berglund able to win it, but controlling right corner is Craigwell. Craigwell at the end boards now. Rimshaw. Far side, Craigwell. High slot, Martini. Far point now, Craigwell. Camped in front is Rimshaw. Near point, Martini. Near side now, Doyon. Walks to the near point. Rink wide, Martini. Couldn't get off his shot. High slot now, Doyon. Cracked it off his skate. Now out at center ice, Berglund. Banked it off the boards, up the right side, Baraltz. And apparently we're going to have a 2-line pass. 18:05 left here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
Chicago obviously aware of the fact that Darcy Martini does have problems handling the puck on occasion, and they're putting a little more pressure on him at the blue line, and that time it cost his team. Threw it across to John Purvis, and it was bouncing. We had a Chicago Wolves player on him right away. They got the puck out. Unfortunately, it was a 2-line offside pass.
The draw will be at the near point in the Chicago zone. Now they're going to move it. Now what are they talking about? Now Craigwell had a few words for the referee, and now Jean Perron has a few words for the referee, Scott Zelkin. And they will take the draw at the near point. Wolves short another minute and a half. Near circle, Bolio looks up, and he'll fire it off the far wall and down the length of the ice. Back of his own net, Mario Doyon, a former third-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. Feeds up the left side out at center ice. Rimshaw unable to hold it, and Duffy paddles ahead on right wing. Breslin will chop it in the right corner. Back of the net now, Doyon. Wolves short another minute 10. Doyon up the left side now, Martini. He'll skate ahead on left wing at the red line. He'll fire it in the left corner. Round it comes to the far side. Far corner now. Bullock taps it behind the net. Picked up by Duffy. Duffy able to get it by the skates of Craigwell, and then he's dragged down in the corner. Near point now, Martini. Look out. Puck on edge. Shoots wide. Far point now, Doyon. Doyon lost it in the far circle, and Bolio able to chop it ahead, and it bounces on edge left of the net. Beauregard settles the puck, shoots it in the near corner, Martini. Up the near side now, Bullock. Rink wide, almost got picked off. Right side at center ice, McCrory. Couldn't sidestep Berglund, then he got it back. Spiders chop it in the Wolves' end. Near circle, Bancroft looks up, and he'll fire it on goal. Beauregard stick save. Wolves short another 20 seconds. Left side center ice, McCrory. Dances into the center circle. Over the line, left side now, Purvis. Purvis lost it at the near point. Here comes Berglund. 3-on-2 if the Wolves hurry. Center circle, Reardon over the line, near side. Berglund drop pass, Breslin shoots, blocked. Rebound, comes free. Now Bauer out at center ice, out of the box is Kevin McDonald, and the Wolves are back at full strength. Far side Bauer shoots behind the net. Purvis had it picked off his stick, and then he dragged down Bancroft. Far side Breslin waits for the puck, and he'll chip it up right wing and down into the right corner of the Spiders' end. Back to get it, Bilodeau. The Wolves will change. We've played almost 4 minutes here, and San Francisco is ahead 1-0 in the second period. Now behind his own net, Crossman. Up the right side, out at center ice. Brown had the pass picked off by Boyce, but recovering is Crossman. Far side of his own line, Pozo shoots to the blue line. Brown unable to hold that pass. Beauregard shoots it up the near side. Maley fires it out to the neutral zone. Off the skate, and it bounces just to the right of Young. Back to get it is McDonald. Took a shoulder after he fired it up the near side. Maley kicks it in the near corner. Now Pozo delivers it over to the far corner. Malte waits for it. Malte ships it out to the neutral zone. Brown lets it go, and Curry over the line right side. Curry into the right circle. Curry in the right corner, lost the puck. Pressed against the wall now. Near corner. Malte into the near circle. And it's chipped at the high slot by Maley, and back to the neutral zone. Over the line on the right side now, Malte. Backhands it in the right corner. Back of the net now, Cote. Wolves changing, and one of the Wolves players got dragged down, and we're going to have a penalty here. 15:08 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders. Back in a moment. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
No matter what the project, I insist on two things: quality materials and quality hand tools. Hi, I'm Bob Vila. For me, that's Craftsman. And if you're going to be a craftsman, then use the tools of Craftsman. These are the original guaranteed forever hand tools that Sears is famous for. The feel of a Craftsman wrench or the grip of a comfort-designed Craftsman screwdriver is without equal. No wonder, in every toolbox, there's a Craftsman.
Into the box for San Francisco. Ian Boyce, 2 for a slash, the 4:52 mark. Chicago will head to the power play for the third time. This power play sponsored by Craftsman Tools. I don't know if the Wolves could have picked a better player to have off the ice at this point.
That's right, and it'd be a perfect opportunity for Chicago to get right back in this game. It's still early, and I mean, there's no reason to panic, but there's just been a slight change in the momentum, and it seems to have gone to San Francisco's side. They get a successful power play going here, get some good shots on Beauregard, even get a goal on him. As the longer the game goes, the more confidence Stephane Beauregard gets, and it's just going to be tougher to score on him in the third period.
Rob will be in the far circle in the Spiders' end. Wolves with only one shot on goal as far this period. Far point now, Crossman. Crossman to the high slot. Far point now, Brown. Brown feeds in front, Bancroft shoots! Wide! And then it got redirected off a stick over the glass into the crowd. 14:58 left here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
Boy, it was a nice little feed into Steve Bancroft, busting through a seam right down the gut, right down the middle of the ice. Took it on his backhand, shot it right away on his forehand. It might have caught a San Francisco player up high in the face, and it ended up going over the glass. But a nice little play by Stevie Bancroft. Normally you don't see a defenseman jumping in from the point like that on the power play. But he found the seam, found himself open, and tried to shelf it on Beauregard, which was the right play too. Stephane Beauregard was already down. Unfortunately, it was a little too high, and it went up over the glass.
Crowd will be in the right circle in the Spiders' end. Wolves on the power play another minute 50. Brown, Malte, and Curry up front. Crossman and Bancroft on the blue line. Brown able to win it. Near point, Crossman. Near side, Brown. Pushed against the wall by McCrory. Near point, Crossman able to hold it in. Shovels it in the right corner. Back of the net now, Curry. Curry. Far side, Rochefort puts the clamps on it. Left of the net now, Malte. Back to the near point. Brown had snuck into the near hash marks, and the puck pops out to the neutral zone. Curry over the line, high slot. Curry tried to feed it left circle. Kicked aside by the Spiders, and Purvis will clear it left of the net. Rossman near circle. He'll make his way out to the neutral zone. Brown over the line, far side, Bancroft. Drop pass. Curry shoots it in the right corner. Now Malte near corner. Malte to the near point. Brown took it off his skate. Near corner now, Malte. Near side, Brown. Brown right circle. Right of the net now, Malte. Cycles. Near point. Bancroft at the high slot. Right circle now, Malte. High slot, Bancroft. Top right circle, Malte. Far circle, Crossman shoots. Blocked. Rebound far side. Purvis able to outmuscle Crossman to the puck, and Purvis comes away up the right side over the line. He had it poked off his stick. Curry had it stripped by Purvis as Purvis was going the other way. High slot, Purvis left circle, Bilodeau shoots. Young fought it off. Near side, Crossman dishes ahead on right wing, and Curry kicks it out to the neutral zone. Wolves on the power play, another 30 seconds. High slot, Prue fires it into the Wolves zone. Young steers it up the near side. Crossman ahead on right wing out to the neutral zone. Brown leaves it for LaFrance on the line of the right side. LaFrance centers. Too far for Malte. Malte, far hash marks. High slot, Crossman. Now Brown feeds it left to the net. Backhand, LaFrance. Beauregard the save. Rebound, LaFrance. And Beauregard stopped him again. LaFrance had little room, but he was able to get it on goal, and then he paid the price afterwards. 13:15 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
2 or 3 glorious scoring opportunities for Daryl LaFrance. Unfortunately, you're right, Jed, he was in a little too close. Had he been able to back up with that puck a bit, give himself a bit of an angle, he might have been able to get it up over a half kneeling down Stefan Beauregard. As it was, the puck stayed in the crease. He tried to chip it up as best he could, but he just couldn't get it over Beauregard.
Well, he hit that first shot, LaFrance. It was a blind backhand that he got on goal. Beauregard had the paddle down. Second shot, he hit Beauregard in the face, so he was trying to go up. And the third shot, he just buried into the blocker. Wolves on the power play, another 11 seconds. Draw right circle, the Spiders end. San Francisco able to win the faceoff, and Doyon turns and blasts it through the neutral zone and back to the right of Wendell Young. Penalty is over, and Boyce is out of the box. Far circle of his own end, Reardon. Feeds in front of his own net, McDonald. Ahead on right wing, Berglund. One hands it in the right corner. Beauregard stops it behind the net, Doyon. Up the far side by everybody, and Young will come back and stop it at the right portion of the end line. Now McDonald behind his own net. Up the near side, Berglund. Beats Peralt up the right side at the red line. Tried to return it to Berglund, and it was kicked away. Center circle, Furschweiler over the line, high slot, Maley. Maley waits, shoots it left corner. Vince Salette unable to flag it. Near circle, Furschweiler. Left circle now, Maley. Blast one of the left end boards. Along the near side, McDonald got tied up with Furschweiler, and the puck pops out to the neutral zone, and it kicked back in by Doyon, offside. 12:25 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders. Back in a moment. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
The movies and television have shown you their vision of what it's like to be a cop in L.A. Now, the people who are sworn to protect and serve the City of Angels give you their view.
I've been involved in law enforcement since I was 15 and a half.
And for the first time, you'll see it through their eyes from the front line. They are the men and women of the Los Angeles Police Department. The show is LAPD. To get any closer to the action, you'd have to wear a badge.
Weeknights at 6:30 and 11:30 on Channel 26. The U.
The Wolfpack, the Chicago Wolves Booster Club, presents the second annual picnic and softball grudge match. That's Sunday, June 2nd, from 10:30 a.m. to dusk at the Bemis Woods Forest Preserve in Western Springs, Illinois. Tickets are available at the Wolfpack table outside Section 107, which is located near the West Gate, or you can call the Wolfpack at 708-654-9095 and ask for Kelly. 12:25 remaining here in the middle period. The Wolves without a goal thus far. San Francisco only with one that came in the opening period. Dale Craigwell is second of the playoffs at the 12:03 mark of the opening period from Rimshaw and Doyon. Draw will be at the near dot just beyond the Chicago line. Brown, Malte, and Curry up front. Bancroft and Pozo on the blue line. Brown able to win it. Curry dishes it out to the neutral zone, couldn't hold it. Craigwell brought it in and then got spun around. Right corner, Boyce shoots it back of the net. Rimshaw had it picked off. Along the near side, Malte digs it free. Now Pozo ahead on right wing, Brown over the red line, over the blue line near side. Into the right circle, shoots, Beauregard, a toe save. Far circle now. Bancroft is shot, Beauregard makes the stick save and he holds. And we'll have a stop. 12 minutes remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
Oh, and a smart play by Rob Brown. He almost snuck one by Stefan Beauregard. He was looking past all the way, had his head up, starts skating backwards, and then fires one for the far right side. I don't know whether it hit the post or just the toe of Stefan Beauregard, but he makes a nice save.
That hit his toe. And then Bancroft drove one from the far side, but Beauregard already down on his knees for that one. But if they can just get one up, baby, look out.
He's down on his knees, but he gets across the ice so well. He covers a lot of net that way.
High slot, Pozo shoots. Beauregard fought it off if it got through. He looked over at the ref for a call. He's yelling at referee Scott Zelkin right now, and he's not going to get a whistle. Puck is fired behind the Wolves net. Back to get it is Pozo, and we'll have a stop for icing. 11:44 left here in the second period. 1-0 San Francisco.
Beauregard was looking over at referee Zelkin. Dan Curry had got himself in behind Beauregard, kind of put a hammer lock on him, dragging his head down so he couldn't see the shot. I think he still stopped it. It just went off his chest protector. But all the same, that's what the Wolves are trying to do. Get some traffic in front of Beauregard, make it tough for him to see the puck, and maybe they can sneak one by him.
Draw will be in the far circle in the San Francisco end. Rob Brown's line stays out there. Brown able to kick it back to the far point. Bancroft leaves it far point. Malte shoots. Beauregard able to make the save, and he holds. 11:37 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Spiders.
Now that time I noticed it was Dale Craigwell who stayed with Rob Brown going to the net. But then again, maybe that's because they're both facing off against each other, and it's kind of easier for the centerman to stay on center. But I notice whenever they're back and deep in their own end and it's on the rush, normally you'll see Ian Boyce back there trying to do his best impersonation of being a blanket for Rob Brown.
Brown again takes the draw against Craigwell. It's free in the far corner. Curry kicks at it. Craigwell controls it. Back of the net now, Rochefort. Shoots it up the near side, Boyce. Headman's out to the neutral zone, Rimshaw. Feeds it in the center circle off the skates of Craigwell, and then Rimshaw brought it in offside. 11:23 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Spiders. Back in a moment. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
It's the dawn of a new day at Jewel and Osco, because now Chicago's best food store and best drugstore are teaming up like never before to bring you more store-wide values and savings and a greater level of shopping convenience.
Yeah,
all you want, all under one roof. From the freshest fruit and finest meat to the best healthcare products from caring professionals. It's the kind of news we hope will brighten everyone's day.
Working together to serve you better at Jewel.
Back of the net, Bancroft. Smothered on top of Rimshaw. The puck is still free. Nobody can get to it. Now it's kicked to the far corner, and Curry tried to chop it ahead. Did, but couldn't get it very far. And then Cote dragged him down, and this will force a penalty on the Spiders. And now Rimshaw gets the glove right in Bancroft's face, and Bancroft gets a smile out of that one because his team is about to head to the power play. 11:02 remaining here in the second. 1-0 Spiders.
Yeah, Rimshaw and Bancroft had a feud going the last couple shifts, but the penalty was away from the play. It was Alain Cote with kind of a needless penalty, the offensive end. Good work by Dan Curry along the boards, taking his man off the puck, jumping on a loose puck, and then getting upended by the defenseman, Cote. A lot of times when you get caught in deep like that, you don't want a forward to beat you, so you'll take a needless penalty, and that's exactly what Alain Cote did.
So the Wolves head to the power play for the fourth time in the game. Scoreless, obviously. Now the same unit stays out there for Chicago. They've been out there for a very long period of time. And you and I were talking during the break that the Wolves were able to gain the matchup advantage here at home in Game 3 by having Brown's line out against John Purvis's line. Purvis was a -3, he and his cohorts, in the last game. And it's a matchup that the Wolves have been unable to get here. John Perron has stuck with Boyce, Craigwell, and Rimshaw when the Wolves' top line is out. And right now, Stefan Beauregard is getting some repairs to his right pad, it looks like, at the high slot in the San Francisco zone. So something is apparently loose. And this will allow his team to collect themselves for this upcoming kill.
Yeah, Chicago has had a lot of success against the Purvis line. I'm not too sure why the Brown line isn't matched up against them again, unless Grant Mulvey wants to get his checking line on their high-scoring line, keep them in check. But they haven't really done too much so far in this series, and maybe we'll see that change later in this period or maybe in the third period.
Draw will be at the far dot just beyond the Chicago line. Brown able to win the draw. Purvis able to get to it first. Lost it at the high slot. Breaking back is Bancroft. 3-on-2 if he hurries. Bancroft over the line, high slot. Sweeps to the far corner. Curry Back of the net, Malte unable to hold it. It bounces up the near side, and Boyce gets to it. Took a shoulder from Bancroft, but he drives it the length of the ice. Back of the net now, Crossman. Crossman up the right side. Feeds up right wing out at center ice, Brown. Rink wide, Bancroft up the line, far side. Bancroft, far circle. Far point now, Crossman. Near point, Brown. Right circle, Malte. Malte to the near point, Brown. Brown walks to the high slot. Near point, Bancroft. Right circle, Bancroft. Left of the net, Curry shoots. Beauregard the save. Far point, Brown. Far circle, Curry. Behind the net, Malte. Malte got a pick into the near circle, Malte. High slot, Bancroft. Left circle, Brown. Brown left of the net. Curry shoots. Beauregard the save. Rebound. Backed up the right side and down. Once again, another low shot denied by Beauregard. Wolves in the power play, another 50 seconds. Now Bancroft feeds out to the Wolves line for Malte. He'll circle to grab some momentum. Up the right side out at center ice, Crossman over the red line. Feeds center circle now, Bancroft. Up the line, far side. Bancroft being tugged at from behind by Purvis. Up the near side it comes. Crossman able to hold it in. Near corner, LaFrance can't get to it. And paddling it the length of the ice is Prue. He took a vicious shot from Bancroft after he did. Near side in his own zone. Brown unable to hold it. Vince Salette will flip it high in the air, gloved by Young. Near circle now. Crossman ahead on right wing, Brown. Rink wide. Reardon over the red line, over the blue line, far side, into the far circle. Far corner. Behind the net now, LaFrance. Up the near side, Brown. Penalty is over. Brown right circle. Back of the net, LaFrance shoots it in front. Reardon couldn't get a stick free. Look out here. 3-on-1 for the Spiders. Center circle. Over the line, high slot is Furschweiler. Left circle, Cote shoots. And we're going to have a stop for an offside. 8:51 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 Spiders. Back in a moment. You're listening to the Chicago Wolves Radio Network.
Start the action of the new season with Wolves League Sport Athletic Apparel from Kohl's Department Store. Everyone knows the Wolves are the team to beat, and Kohl's and Lee Sport will help you dress for the occasion. Save big on the hottest Lee Sports Wolves merchandise. You'll love the unbelievable selection and the incredible prices on the clothes every Wolves fan should have. Don't miss 1 second of the excitement. Get to Kohl's and start the season right.
8:51 left here in the second period. Still 1-0 Spiders on Dale Cregwell's goal. And Chicago unable to tally on 4 power play chances. They came in at tonight's contest hitting only 12.5% of the time. And if things go south for the Wolves today, I think they have to look at that power play.
They do. It's funny, though, the time of possession in the opposition end, when they've had the man advantage, has been excellent. 80 or 90% of their time has been spent in the offensive zone. But unfortunately, a lot of the passing has been around the perimeter. They haven't been able to penetrate the box, and as a result, get any good scoring opportunities from in the slot.
Near side center ice, Martini drives it in. Oh, that was a laser beam. Behind the net it goes. Duffy paddles it off the end boards over to the far side. Chugging ahead is Secord out at center ice over the red line. He'll saucer it in the right corner. Pellerin took a huge hit, and flying goes one of the Spiders.